अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल
ओम नमः परमर्षिभ्यो नमः परमर्षिभ्यः हरिः ओम। उपासकानां यदुपासनीयम् उपात्तवासं वटशाखिमूले तद्धाम दाक्षिण्यजुषा स्वमूर्त्या जागर्तु चित्ते मम भूतरूपम् अद्राक्षम् अक्षीणदयानिधानम् आचार्यमाद्यं वटमूलभागे मौनेन मन्दस्मितभूषितेन महर्षिलोकस्य तमोनुदन्तं विद्राविताशेषतमोगणेन मुद्राविशेषेण मुहुर्मुनीनां निरस्य मायां दयया विधत्ते देवो महांस्तत्त्वमसीति बोधम् ममाद्य देवो वटमूलवासी कृपाविशेषात्कृतसन्निधानः ओङ्काररूपाम् उपदिश्य विद्याम् आविद्यगध्वान्तमपाकरोतु अपारसच्चित्सुखवारिराशेः यस्योर्मिमात्रं भुवनं समस्तं गुहाहितं तं रमणं गभीरं चिन्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि। देहं मृण्मयवज्जडात्मकमहं बुद्धिर्न तस्यास्त्यतो नाहं तत्तदभावसुप्तिसमये सिद्धात्मसद्भावतः कोऽहं भावयुतः कुतो वरधिया दृष्ट्वात्मनिष्ठात्मनां सोऽहं स्फूर्तिदया अरुणाचलशिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयम्। अमलरजतदेहं भाति चिज्ज्योतिरेकम् हृदयकुहरमध्ये निष्कलं देवरूपं निकटपथि विचारैः वृत्तिभिः सादरेण सभयमभिवरेण्यं तेजसा दीप्यमानं कर्णतनुधियां यः प्रेरकस्वेन भासा कबलितजगदण्डः पिण्डमध्ये शयानः सकलहृदयवासः शाश्वतो ब्रह्मरूपः वितरतु परिशुद्धिं चेतसो नः शिवाख्यः। So we have finished the 34th verse yesterday. என்றும் எவர்க்கும் இயல்பாய் உளப்பொருளை ஒன்றும் உளத்து உணர்ந்து நிலை நின்றிடாது உண்டு இன்று உரு அரு என்று ஒன்று இரண்டு என்றென்றே சண்டையிடல் மாயை சழக்கு. என்ன சம்ஸ்கிருதம் என்ன? அஹிருத்பிராப்ய சத்தாம நிஜஸ்வரூபே ஸ்வபாவசித்தே அனுபலப்ய நிஷ்டாம். இட் இஸ் ஸ்வபாவசித்தா. The only thing that has to be done is to take the mind to the Swarupa. Just to inquire and go deep to one's own real nature. And that Bhagavan says as iyalbu. In Tamil, iyalbu means natural state. Yendrum yavarkum iyalbu. It is not simply for the jnani, but for all, everyone. Sarvanubhuhu. It's a Mahavakya. The Upanishad says Sarvanubhuhu, experienced by all. That means there is no ajnani at all. For a jnani, there is no ajnani. Once he realizes his self, then he finds everyone is that. We do not know how they miss it. Swami Vivekananda said, I am only dehypnotizing. You think you are a man or a woman, or you have a mind, you have this problem, that problem. You just wake up from this dream, then you find that the body does not exist, the mind does not exist, not even I exists. It is only that pure consciousness. So that is iḷporuḻai. Iḷporuḻai means natural. It is true. Actually, as it is natural, there is a very, very easy way to attain the highest jnana. The most easiest way. You know what is the most easiest way? If you have immense bhakti, the power to take the words of the Master with faith, and he says Tattvamasi, you believe over. Because you are already that. Somebody asks, as a Purva Paksha in Vidyaranya's Panchadashi, whether it is possible to see the world as Brahman. And Vidyaranya Swami says, you have made the impossible possible, that is seeing Brahman as world. So why not do it reverse when it is the truth? It is easily possible. So, if you have real Shraddha, faith, Guru Bhakti, then when he declares that you are that, Deshikoktya Shivoham, Shankaracharya says, my Deshika told me I am Shiva. I am that pure consciousness. Even if I do not experience it, he must be true. Even that way you can take. He tells me I am that. So I should be that. My pramana, my authority do not count. He is the authority. So he says, I am Brahman. So I should be Brahman. Because it is the iḷporuḻai, it is natural. So that is, niṇḍṛilai niṇḍṛidat. You should be able to abide in that state. Many have achieved that like that. Muruganar, when he came to Bhagavan, he came with immense bhakti. Before seeing Bhagavan, he sat in Arunachaleshwara temple and wrote a poem, Deshikapatikam, in which is extolling Bhagavan as Parameshwara, seeing him as Shiva. With that bhava only he came. He wrote that poem because he thought, what will I take? When you go to see Guru, you should take something. I do not have anything, so what will I take? And he is a poet, born poet. And there was an intuitive dream inside him that the story of Manikyavachakar is going to repeat. Because the story of Manikyavachakar is, he was the minister of the king, he was traveling somewhere. In between they camped in a village where somebody said, there is a guru here. You go and see him. Mahatma is there. So Manikyavachakar went there and he saw a Mahatma sitting with his left leg above and the right leg below, like Dakshinamurti. And about 1,000 disciples sitting before him. They said a Mahatma is there, but he did not see a Mahatma. Manikyavachakar says, Shivan avan yana tērndanan kanga. He says, I do not know. He is actually not wondering in that phenomenon. He is wondering in his own faith. How that faith arose in me. That faith arose in me that it is Shiva who is sitting there. Shivan avan yana tērndanan kanga. The moment I recognize that it is Shiva, he himself became that. சித்தமலம் அறிவித்து சிவமாக்கி என ஆண்ட அத்தன் என கருளியவார் யார் பெறுவார் அச்சோவே. Who will attain this great state? By removing the mind, the ignorance, the ajnana, he made me also Shiva. I became Shiva. Because I saw him as Shiva, I became Shiva. This is the secret. With this same bhava, Muruganar came to Bhagavan. He saw Bhagavan as Shiva, he became Shiva. He says, I was missing this for many births. Because instead of believing the Shastra or Guru, I was believing the mind. And the mind was saying to me, this is world, this is a man, this is a woman, you are a man, you have some duty, you are the doer, you are enjoyer, you have problem. All these stories the mind was creating, and I was believing the mind. But in this birth I decided to believe only the Deshika. நம்பத்தகாத பொய் ஞாலத்தை நம்பி செம்பரமாதுண்டு சிவ செம்பதத்தை நான் இழந்தேன். I just lost that Shiva Padam. In this birth, என் பிறவித் துன்பம் அற, this great misery of taking birth and death, this cycle, this repetition, this repetitive pattern, to break it, என் பிறவித் துன்பமர மீட்டெனக்கு நல்குதினல் எம்பெருமான், that Lord, Supreme Lord appeared before me. பேரின்பவியர் சம்பதமே, he gave me that radiant state, handed over that state to me. So that was, that is the secret. No effort. No person who does effort. In fact, the person who puts effort, even that ego could not stand in that presence. Ahankara could not stand in that presence. It just was rooted out, and only that pure consciousness remained. So this happened how? Because that is your nature. That is your nature. என்றும் எவர்க்கும் இயல்பாய் உள்பொருளை உளப்பொருளை ஒன்றும் உளத்து, the mind has to abide there. நிலை நின்றிடாது, you have to abide in that state. Without doing that, உண்டு இன்று அரு உரு, simply having debate, argument, discussing, going on discussing. Somebody says it is there, somebody says it does not exist. Someone says it is with form, someone says it is formless. Shandayidal, thus arguing, fighting. Mayai shashakku, this is mere maya. This is time waste. This is waste of energy, waste of time. People unnecessarily speak useless things. That is all waste. That is what Bhagavan here says. So, the next verse is very important. Undiyulam, by making the mind abide where? siddhamā yuḻporuḻait tērndiruttal siddhi. piṟa siddhiyelāñ soppaṇamār siddhigaḻē. niddiraiviṭ ṭōrndā lavaimeyyō. vuṇmainilai niṇṛṛupoymmai tīrndār tiyaṅguvarō tērndiru நீ. இதோட ஆரம்பம் சொன்னோம் இல்லையா? So we started it. Siddhi. Yesterday we spoke about siddhi, the Ashtama siddhi. That is very important. We should have that 8 siddhis. Yes. Yesterday we said the Ashtama siddhigaḻ பத்தி பேசணும். Because as such these 8 siddhis are useless. Becoming small, becoming big, becoming heavy. But it is, you have a new sense there. Yesterday we spoke elaborately, just for devotees here. I am saying anima means this anima, mahima, lagima, garima, prapti, prakamyam, ishitvam, vashitvam. That anima means by his grace. When you come to a true master, you know how to stay in this world without limelight. That is anima, that is a siddhi, which Bhagavan gave all his direct devotees. When they were there, nobody cared. Nobody cared. After them, now we speak about Muruganar, Kunja Swami. People tell me, oh, you have seen Kunja Swami. But when he was there, nobody cared. That is anima. That is a siddhi which is helpful. Then mahima is the knowledge of the self. It gives you true mahima, the glory, the mahat. To know your real nature is mahima. And laghima is when you have that knowledge, lagutvam comes. That lightness in life comes. You become totally light. Then garima. Garima means gurutvam, heaviness. Actually, garima means guru bhakti. That is a siddhi. Whatever spiritually you may attain, if you have the true guru bhakti, that is a great siddhi that touches the wholeness of your life. Gives a true spiritual touch to it. So it is garima and prapti. Prapti is whatever spiritual sadhana you are doing, it get grounded in you. You are able to return to that state whenever you want. That bhumika labha, as Patanjali puts it, bhumika labha. You get grounded there. Vedanta vichara, you get absolute clarity. Or japa sadhana, you are able to do japa whenever you want. It is running inside you. That is, you have really got it. You have, in the Buddhist literature, they say the stream winner. He has entered the spiritual stream. So that is prapti. And prakamya is freedom from desire. Complete freedom from desire. And ishitva is coming under the absolute control of Ishvara. Yesterday we said it is mind control. It is means surrender. And vashitva means complete samyama of the senses and staying in oneself. So these 8 siddhis are needed. All other siddhis, Bhagavan says, they are all dream. Soppaṇamār siddhigaḻ-ē. As Sri Ramakrishna used to say, that one person was able to attain a siddhi, walking over the water, after doing severe austerity for 12 years. So he demonstrated his power to a great jnani, told him, see, now I am able to walk over the water. And he demonstrated it. And that Mahatma told him, it's great, how many years you took to attain this? He said 12 years. Oh, by doing 12 years sadhana, for you, you have gained 25 paise profit. No. 25 paise is that day, it is that fair. So, that profit you got. And another sin also, because the water became frozen and many creatures would have died. Some problem would have arisen. So, that papam also came to you. So, this siddhi, we already have too much siddhis. See, this is a siddhi, this fan is a siddhi, light is a siddhi, which we did not have few years back. And sitting here, something happening in a distant place, you are able to know that was a siddhi formerly, but now everybody is having that siddhi. You can see, you can talk, you can send things, everything. So all these siddhis are all mere, Bhagavan in Aksharamanamali says, Jappadi Vittai. Mere trick, magic trick. And it will not be truly useful. It is deluding. Jappadi Vittai Katri Ippadi Mayakku Vittu Uruppadum Vittai Kattu Arunachala. He says, Arunachala revealed to me that knowledge by which I will Uruppadradhukku enna solradhu? Truly become, not prosper, truly become useful or truly worthwhile. something worthy. It is worthless. Something, future, I was always saying, something if I say, after some years people will say it will come. So, long back I told, suppose somebody is going to ban your 1,000 rupees note. You will use it for packing groundnut, peanuts. That is there in the talks. And after that, when this happened, people sent the talk and below 1,000 rupees, with 1,000 rupees groundnut was packed and they took the photo and was sent to all. So, two things. One more thing I remember, long back in Coimbatore, I was talking on Ramayana. Just for the joke I am saying this. That mantra is telling Kaikeyi that you are going to lose everything. If Rama becomes the king, you will lose everything. Bharata will be sent to forest, like that. And Valmiki says, Anartham artharupena grahita. What did she do? She hypnotized her. She constantly told her, you are going to lose. Again and again, hypnotizing her. And then I told, this is how the companies, business advertisement, they do. Again and again repeat something and you believe. The same thing you repeat, you will believe. And on that day, the spontaneous example that came was, in those days we used only old clothes to wipe the floor, clean the floor. So we generally say chana chorde. So that only we use. So now they will bring some new thing and they will tell you how you will live without this. And you will pay money and buy it. Now we are doing it, right? We are doing it. So, another thing now I am telling. You will enter into a bureau, almirah, here like a fridge, and close and put number, ticket, everything. You pay and open and come out in New York or somewhere. You will be what they call? Transported. You will be transported. The whole thing, no? You will be converted as gas and next moment you reappear there. But generally our Indian system, sometimes problem will arise. They will telephone, has the person reached? And people here will say, Kaalumattu vandirukku. Only the leg has come, the rest of the body has to come. Slowly it will come one by one. So things will happen like that. But this is jeopardy viddhai. Even if you are able to do that, as Sadashiva Brahmendra says, even if the dead body wakes up and dance, the Jivan Mukta will not wonder. Because it is possible. Aghadita ghatana patiyasi maya. Maya can do anything, but it will not give you peace. All these siddhis, people will wonder, but the siddha will not have any benefit. He will not have that peace. He will not be having that contentment, tripti. So, what is real siddhi? The true siddhi. We spoke about some siddhis now. That is true siddhi. And the real siddhi is knowledge of the self. Siddhamā yuḻporuḻai tērndiruttal siddhi. Siddhasya vittihi satayeva siddhi. Soppaṇamār khalu siddhayonyaha. Swapnah prabuddhasya katham nu satyah. Satisthitah kim punareti mayam. This is Saddarshan. So, siddhamāy yuḻporuḻai tērndu iruttal siddhi. That which is ever attained, which is your very nature, which is the existence, consciousness, awareness, which is there in you as I am. The 3-letter word, you can break it as 2 words. I am. Just I am. Tan. Bhagavan says in Sanskrit, Tan. Aham. In Tamil, Bhagavan says, Tāne Tāne Tattvam. In Sanskrit, we say Aham. And it is neither Aham, nor I am, nor Tan. It is what you are carrying in your being, as existence, as I. In a dark room also you know you are there. In dream also it is there. In deep sleep also it is there. In deep sleep also, when the body is not, the mind is not, what exists is the amness. The I also is not felt as a separate vritti, but existence, satta, astitvam is there. So that is siddham. Siddham in Sanskritam, it is a Sanskrit word used here in Tamil. Very rare Sanskrit words are used by Bhagavan in Ulladu Narpadu. The mystery is, the first work of Bhagavan is Naniyar. It is full of Sanskrit. The almost last work is Ulladu Narpadu. It is full of Tamil. So here he says siddham, siddhamāy yuḻporuḻ, that which is ever attained. That is why Bhagavan says it is very, very easy, simple. Because nothing to achieve, nothing to attain. You are already having it in your being. Somebody asked Bhagavan, is it then only pretension? What else? Bhagavan asked. Where I know? What else other than pretension? You are pretending. You are that. You are not the body, not the mind. What exists in you is that pure self. Tērndiruttal. Then what is necessary? Just crystal clear clarity is necessary. That's all. In Brihadaranyaka-upanishad Bhashya, Bhagavad-pada said, Atma labha. What is this Atma labha? Jnanameva labha. He said, nothing else. You have to have clear knowledge that what exists in you is Atma, it is ever attained. And once you are convinced, that conviction is bhakti. That conviction is bhakti. The true bhakti is bhava balattinal bhavanatita sadbhavat iruttale unti para parabhakti tattvam unti para. This is parabhakti. What is this parabhakti? Bhava balattinal. First you have that emotion, that bhakti is there. Then bhavanatita, going beyond bhavana, beyond all imagination, beyond duality, and abide in existence as what is. Parabhakti, that is parabhakti. So, other than this, all other attainments, achievements, you will lose. Everything will come and go. The body, whatever healthy, you keep it, slowly it will. The greatest healthy person will also demonstrate. One great Mahatma told, you will be the healthiest, strongest body in the tomb. Perhaps that pride you can have, because there is no way. So the body will die. It will become old. You can paint it with all colors, but it will become old. Whatever you may do, the body will tell it has become old. So old age and many other problems, it's all there. So whatever you may achieve in the body, it will go. So too whatever you achieve in the mind also will go. That is a subtle truth you will later on recognize. Even the mental states, you cannot keep constantly. Mental states also, sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna, they will come and go. They will change, constantly fluctuate. you have to depend on sattva, because sattvat sanjayate jnanam. Only through sattva guna you can have jnanam. By the help of sattva guna you can recognize real sattva, which we call existence. When it comes and goes, we call it guna, but actually it is not a guna. It is the very nature of the self. So sattva means existence. Raja is dust. It is doubt, stress, other emotions. This is Raja. And Tama is complete darkness, no knowledge, ignorance, body only. So Sattva Guna helps you to recognize the Adhishtanam, existence behind, the very nature of the self. But once you recognize it, you have it. That is what Bhagavan calls as tērndiruttal, pratyabhijñā. In Sanskrit it is pratyabhijñā. Just like you are wearing a garland or a necklace and you are searching for it here and there. Somebody says it is there in your neck. Suddenly, oh, this I was searching. Like that, when the master tells that very moment that I am, this recognition comes. And this is tīrndār. This is pratyabhijñā. Many got it like that from Bhagavan. One word. Sometimes Bhagavan will say Shumma iru. Sometimes only iru. And often he will say you are that. Ni adudhan. Nadesh Mudaliyar went to Bhagavan and asked, when he was in the hill, Bhagavan, I want your grace. I think I told this. Bhagavan said, is it the body which is asking for grace or the self? The self will not ask. The body is inert, it also will not ask. Something in between is arising and asking for grace. Identifying itself with the body, it is asking for grace. If that is traced to the source, you will find that what exists is that. So somehow take the mind, undi ulam, undri ulam, all same. Taking the mind towards the heart. Make it abide in the self, in the swarupa. Let it abide there. This is the only teaching. And Annamalai Swami asked, what should I do? Bhagavan said, whatever you want to do. But don't forget yourself. Unnai vida, thannai vidādiruttal, tuṇai-y-ē. Tuṇai-y-ē thannai aridalām. This is Upadeshavandiyar, but the Shankara Bhashya now which we read is thannai aridale tuṇai-y-ē. Both are same only. When you know that abidance is there. When you abide, you know. Nishtha. So that Atmanishta is there. Niddiraiviṭ ṭōrndā lavaimeyyō. You see many things in dream. But when you wake up, nothing is there. There were two devotees for Bhagavan, all very simple village people. One person, his name was Nadeshan, and the second person, his name was Nadeshan. And both had some adjective. One is Paurnami Nadeshan. The other is Amavasya Nadeshan. These two devotees. And the Paurnami Nadeshan is a barber, because every Paurnami he will come for doing chauram. Tonsuring, cleaning Bhagavan's head, he will come. So he was called Paurnami Nadeshan. This Amavasya Nadeshan, he was a shop owner. He was working in a provisional shop. So there he will be working. So in between he will come and sit before Bhagavan and sleep. For sleeping only he will come. Just like that other scene in Ramakrishna's story, he will come there only to sleep. So he will come and all of them will be sleeping in the same hall. Only this much place. So Bhagavan will be sitting there. He will not be lying down. He will be just sitting there. And Kunjuswami always used to say, Bhagavan, somebody asked, can you say some siddhi of Bhagavan? And Kunjuswami said, the greatest siddhi of Bhagavan is that he had no privacy. No privacy, always we will be there. Even in toilet we will be there. Even in toilet somebody will be there. So we will be all lying this side, that side. When he has to go to bathroom, he will take the torch and put it, focus on his own stomach, so that it will not disturb them. So that is the way. And this Nadesham, this Amavasai, he will also, and we have to translate. Paurnami Nadesha is full moon Nadesha, and Amavasai is new moon. So this new moon Nadesha, Amavasai, he will be lying down. And the moment he starts sleeping, Rendubadi Arishi, Parpu, Chakra, just to repeat, because he is coming all the day. He was in the provisional shop. Night also it continues. And Kunjuswami will say, kadai mudusolupa, kadai mudusolupa. Ask him to close the shop. We are not able to sleep. Even here the shop is running like that. So when you wake up from dream, the whole dream is gone. But this samsara is like that, a dirgha soppaṇamimam viddhi, dirgham va chitta vibhramam. As Yoga Vasishta says, it is a long duration dream or a long duration hallucination. Dirgha soppaṇamimam viddhi, dirgham va chitta vibhramam. So, niddiraiviṭ ṭōrndā lavaimeyyō. The moment you wake up from sleep, whatever you may see in dream is gone. So too, vuṇmainilai niṇṛḍṛupoymmai tīrndār. Poi tīrndu meyyānār. Bhagavan uses the same here. Vuṇmainilai niṇṛḍṛupoymmai tīrndār. By abiding in reality, in truth, in existence, in the self, one has to wash clean this unreal thing, the poymmai. Abiding firmly in one's own true and natural state, the illusion must be washed clean. Poymmai tīrndār. The unreal cannot be driven out. You cannot drive out darkness. You bring in light, darkness goes. So too, more and more you abide in the self, the non-self vanishes. The unreal disappears. The moment you go and abide in the self, yatha yatha pratyagavasthitam manaha, tatha tatha munjati bahya vasana. Nishesha mokshe sati vasananam atmanubhutihi pradibandha shunya. Whenever there is abidance in the self, then these vasanas are all extinguished. When all the vasanas are extinguished completely, abidance becomes firm, continuous. So this is it. So, vuṇmainilai niṇṛḍṛupoymmai tīrndār. The world is the poymmai. In fact, ahankara, Bhagavan calls it as poymayār. In Atma Vidya Kirtanam he says, poymayār ninai vanuvum uyādu udukkidave veyon swayam uyādu udukkidave swayam idayaveli veyon ஆன்மா விளங்குமே, இருள் அடங்குமே, இடருடுங்குமே, இன்பம் பொங்குமே, ஐயே அதி சுலபம். So, the ego is the poi, the unreal. You, the I, ahankara, is the unreal thing. However you may hold it, the moment you sleep it goes. So much you keep it alive, but it is very flimsy. We spoke about it elaborately while discussing about Atma Vichara, where we said in the daytime also there is lot of period of gap where the ego is not. We think it is constant. It is not constant. You are constantly, you are only the Atma, that Shuddha Bodha Swarupa. Now and then the I thought arises, that's all. It arises and subsides. It is not constant. But we think it makes you believe that it is constant. It makes you believe. You need not have a fight with it. You need not even exterminate it. It is unreal. That is why Bhagavan here says, poruḻai. It is unreal. Its very nature is unreal. Tīrndār. That how to be free of ego. You cannot be free of ego. You can be free of its delusion. Thinking that it is real. This ego is real. And with this ego I am going to achieve something, attain something. This assumed reality. This is only, even after Nirvikalpa Samadhi, you have to say I. The I comes, but the I is not real. Then you know that it's not real. It is just like a dagdha rajju, burnt rope. You cannot bind with it. It is there, appears as if it is true. Even in an ignorant state, it is only appearance. But you build upon it a big castle. The moment you know that the ego is unreal, the whole castle falls. That is what happened to Ramana Maharshi. Bhagavan one day suddenly had doubt about the existence of the ego. He felt he is going to die. Die means what? The ego is going to disappear, vanish. Yes, it vanished. And the pure intellect, it questioned, when the ego is not, what is there? Although the ego is not there, something purna, whole is there. That is me. And he just abided there. Holding it, he abided there. That's all. That simple it was, because when generally we used to say that Bhagavan's enlightenment, Buddha's enlightenment has so much charisma. He left this teacher, that teacher, and went into Urubela and so much tapas. And he said, I am going to sit here, let the body disintegrate. I will not move from this position till I attain enlightenment. Saying this, Buddha took the resolve and sat there. That is a very inspiring verse. Ihasane shushyatu me shariram. Tvagasti mamsam vilayam chayatu. Aprapya bodhim bahukalpadullabam naivasanat kayama dhaccalishyati. Saying this, sat there. I will not move. Many people have imitated that. They finding some bodhi tree and sitting under. Even while in Bhagavan's time, many devotees used to show all these hysteria things. So Bhagavan's life, no charisma in this. It's so simple. When all his family people, they went for some celebration somewhere. So when they were going, they said, Venkatrama, veeta paathuko. They said, Venkatraman, take care of the house. But when they came back, Venkatraman was not there. That's all. Visibly, the person is gone. He came that easy. Perhaps 1 hour, 2 hours after that, they came back, they found the person is missing. Gone. There is a beautiful Zen story where a Buddhist nun, old lady, she every day will go to take water in a river and come back. One day she did not return. It was a full moon day, and all the monks in the monastery, they went in search of her. They found her sitting on a rock on the bank of the river, radiant, absorbed in samadhi. They waited and she woke up, and the old monk, he asked what happened. And that lady said, every time when I come here to take water, in my hand is the pitcher, and inside that pot is the water, and there will be the reflection of moon in the water. Today also I took the water, and my hand was shaky. The pot fell down and broke, and the water all splashed and went away, and there was no reflection. The moon was on the sky. That's all. That was her enlightenment, this realization. So this body is the pot, and the water is this chittam, the mind, and the ego is the reflection, chittagata, chit pradibimba. And that chit pradibimba is not real, and only the bimba chaitanya, that supreme, absolute, infinite is there. The moment you recognize that, niddiraiviṭ ṭōrndā, this ajnana nidra, Gaudapadacharya, Shankaracharya's guru's guru, in Karika he says, this jiva is sleeping for innumerable years, innumerable births, timelessly sleeping, but he wakes up. When the true teacher calls, he will wake up, he is bound to wake up. Anadi mayaya suptaha yada jiva prabudhyate ajam anidram soppaṇamār advaitam buddhyate tada. Then he wakes up to that state of Advaita, the birthless, fully awake, no sleep. Ajam anidram aswapnam, no more dreaming. All the dreams comes to a stop, and the person wakes up to that full light. So this is niddiraiviṭ ṭōrndā lavaimeyyō. When he wakes up from niddira, from sleep, all the dreams come to an end. Vuṇmainilai niṇḍṛu. But the person has to abide. Again and again and again, abide in that state. You should the mind should become familiar with that no-I land. Because so many janmas you have been so much used to being an I. So now is the state revealed to you where there is no I. The nanudiyādu ullanilai. It is revealed to you, and the person has to become familiar with that impersonal experience and abide there. That is atmanishtha. Vuṇmainilai niṇḍṛupoymmai tīrndār. The ego energy has to be exhausted. It has to be exhausted. Poymmai tīrndār tiyaṅguvarō. Will they again get deluded? They will no more get deluded. So many janmas they were deluded. Now no more will they get deluded. Poymmai tīrndār tiyaṅguvarō tērndiruttal. Be convinced of this and abide. So there is a poem in this, also the invaluable treasure. Vain was my search in the world, mere useless toil. Absurdity is another name for involvement with the fleeting. too much involvement with the world and worldly phenomenon, at one time you realize it is nonsense, meaningless, anartha. Absurdity, another name for involvement with the fleeting. Life was fast ebbing while seeking the unsurpassable. And all the experiences were found only mind deep, mere delusions. It's very important because mind deep. It's not skin deep, it is mind deep. It is also ultimately you will realize not spiritual. It comes in the mind and goes with the mind. It is not there in your being. And all the experiences were found only mind deep, mere illusions. There came a being whose body was light. He whispered, "Dear, why seek outside what is within?" Immediate and obvious, which is aparoksha, which is there in you now, here, as your very being. You can attain it like this. There came a being whose body was light. He is a jnana swarupa. He whispered, "Dear, why seek existence? Why seek outside what is within?" Immediate and obvious. Stay in your existence, still as the simple awareness I am. Mighty words that instantly put me in the timeless. What I sought was a mere shell in the sea, seashore of scriptures. Gained was the invaluable treasure, the fruit of boundless grace. Attainment of the ever attained, revelation of the ever revealed. That which is ever shining forth, the revelation of the ever revealed. Attainment of the ever attained. The fruit of boundless grace. This example, one devotee of Bhagavan, Dr. Padmanabhan, he writes a song in Tamil. "Sippi edukka vanda en kaiyil nalla muttu kodutha natha," he says. I am just like a boy who came to collect shells from the seashore. But what you gave in my hand is a pearl, very precious pearl. Like that, when you start doing sadhana, what was your idea about God? It is about perhaps seeing Shiva or Vishnu or some Ishta Devata or some experience. But when you really attain it, it is something else. Something profound, something deeper, something which you could not have conceived with your mind. That is what is being told here, that I came to take the shell, but what I got is a great treasure. Tēndu tiruvarullai. Even Bhagavan says, I had no idea about this. My concept of God was only the Purana, Shiva or Vishnu. I had no idea about Brahman, of the Upanishad or anything. In fact, after the first awakening, that is the listening to Arunachalam, the Samadhi was awakened in him. Then there was great, deep pain, that longing, that vyatha was there inside him. And he very often used to go to school and come back and tell to his aunt, I'm having headache. And they will give coffee. That in last generation, coffee was a medicine for everything. They will say, I have fever, take coffee. Headache, take coffee. So they won't. So that was just like that. So that lady used to give coffee. And Bhagavan later on, when that Amma came to ashram, Bhagavan says, I was constantly telling you headache, but it was not headache. I could not verbalize it. It was, even if I would have told you, you would not have understood. It was a great pang inside, longing. Shera yenil mei nira yurugi kannira tralivena arunachala. That all he expresses in Aksharamanamale happened there. If you do not come and merge with me, if that fullest experience is not happening, the body itself will melt in tears. Kannir, tears will flow here like a river. So this Bhagavan says, so that state, that longing, and there also Bhagavan says, while going to school, I will be imagining, looking at the sky, Shiva will come now. Such innocent imagination only he had, Shiva will now come down. With this he was going to school and sitting there. How can he study all this? And one teacher came and told Bhagavan, you were in that state and we were teaching you, my God, what all things? Geometry, physics, all these things we were teaching you. How come a person who is destined to be in this pristine state learn all these things? Dukrinjakarane, Shankaracharya said, Nahi nahi rakshati, Dukrinjang. How to learn this? So this state of, in that state also Bhagavan himself says, I had no idea about this jnanam. But later on when that jnanam happened, it is not something which I remain and taste. It first of all swallows the eye. Today I was telling them that just before coming here I wrote it. It is not what is real prayer. It is not that you pray, you become prey. He eats you. He swallows you. So you become prey to him. Unadal Khan. There we should have told it. Unadal. It is not prayer, it is prayer. He is praying. Pronunciation. So, you become a prey to him. In Chatvarimshat Kavyakanta Ganapati Muni says about Bhagavan that you are a good cook for Arunachaleshwara. In generally itself, Bhagavan is a good cook. So he says, you are a good cook for Arunachaleshwara. Ahamitadayan, by hitting on this ego, making it pakkuva. Bhavasi pachako yamavatam pate. You cook the ego and give it to Arunachaleshwara. And he is Arunachaleshwara swallowing it. So, this ego is being given as food. Shappadunnai sharndu unavayen shantamai povan Arunachala. I came here to enjoy you, but you swallowed me. Ramakrishna very often used to sing a song of Ram Prasad. There it is different. There he says, I am born in such a star that whoever is born in that star is a terrible fellow. He will be a person who will eat his mother. So beware of me. Either you eat me or I will eat you. He says to Kali. That's Ram Prasad's song. So he often used to sing that song. So, the scriptures you study and you want to gain Brahmajnana, Atmajnana. But when you attain that real siddhi, that shanti, that highest attainment, then you know that it's an invaluable treasure, the fruit of boundless grace. It is the attainment of the ever-attained, the revelation of the ever-revealed, that Swayam Prakasha Vastu. So this is the 35th song. 36th we will read. Kūrndumayal Naam Udalendru Tamil. கூர்ந்துமையல் நாம் உடலென்று எண்ணினல நாம் அதுவென்று எண்ணுமது நாம் அதுவாய் நிற்பதற்கு நற்றுணையே ஆம் என்று நாம் அதுவென்று எண்ணுவதே நான் மனிதன் என்று எண்ணுமோ நாம் அதுவாய் நிற்கும் அதனால் மயல் கூர்ந்து நாம் உடலென்று எண்ணில். Due to ignorance, if I consider myself as the body, அல நாம் அது என்று எண்ணும் அது. I am not the body. People, that advice is given, that is practiced. I am not the body, I am the self, I am Brahman. Chidananda-rūpa Shivom. நாம் அதுவாய் நிற்பதற்கு நற்றுணையே. It is a good help for abiding as the self. Again and again saying, I am not the body, I am Atma, will help you. நாம் அதுவாய் நிற்கும் அதனால், நாம் அதுவா நிற்கும் அதனால், as we are already that. என்றும் நாம் அது என்று எண்ணுவது ஏன்? Why should you again and again think, I am that, I am that? நான் மனிதன் என்று எண்ணுமோ. You are not again and again saying, I am a human being, I am a human being. You are already that. You have to just know that you are the self, you are the Atma. This is the 36th verse. It is that simple it is. We will see that and the next verse. Tomorrow we will complete. 37th verse also we can complete tomorrow. After that 38, 39, 40. எத்தனை நாள் இருக்கு? 5. 4. 17th we have to finish. That we will do. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Yato mamatma bhavasi tvameva tato na vachyam mama kinchidasti yatha taveshtam kuru mam tathaiva tvam atmanatham ramanam bhaja.